Hi, welcome back to my series on White Pony. This video is about Change in the House of Flies. Change in the House of Flies. Now this was a huge hit. I do, I love it. Okay. So the main chord progression for the most part is 1 in flat 6, I think. C. Or is it 4? That's what it is. The 4 chord has a flat 6 in it. So it doesn't sound like flat 6, but it can have some of the qualities, some of the darkness of the flat 6 in it. The way this is voiced is or like that. So you're just hearing that minor third of the chord. And then third. So the main chord progression there is the C minor and then the F minor. So 2 minor chords. So that's a very, very sad, very dark, very hopeless kind of sound. Now what's interesting about this to me is that the synth that's about to come in, that sounds kind of like ooh, is going it's going like this. And then this note would make the F chord a major chord instead, like this. But the guitar is like, nah, I'm not changing to a major chord. I'm still going to play a minor chord. So there's this conflict every time. I do remember when I was young going, that's interesting. I don't know if I like that, you know, because every time it was like a little bit like, but I just don't think my ears were used to those kinds of conflicts. Same thing would happen in Nine Inch Nails music. I'd be like, what is he doing? You can't do that. Oh, but you can. So that's what's happening. You hear that? Yep. So that was a decision they made. But it's cool because you kind of get the dark minorness of that chord. At the same time, you get the sort of hopeful lift of it being major all at once. The kind of feeling. It's cool. All right. So drums. So at first, Abe is playing hi-hats on the offbeats there. He's kind of opening up the hi-hat. And he doesn't do that later. It's just at the beginning. He goes. And later on, it's like, nah. So I love that contrast. I always look forward to that part. I love hearing those offbeat hi-hats with such a slow groove. So sludgy, so good. All right, now this melody, how many ninths do you think we're going to have? 9? 9 ninths? I watched you change. There's our first one. 'Cause that's 1, so that's 2. Otherwise known as 9. 2 and 9 are the same. How confusing is that? Into a fly. And that fall, again, Chino's got it locked into his psyche. This ladder of thirds, which I think a musician with a good ear would have. And but again, he climbs the ladder from a weak rung. So the next rung is also weak. It's like this. He's skipping over all the strong notes, and it's just so beautiful. I'm obsessed. So he goes into a fly, tense note, other tense note. also 10th. What is that? That's also the 9th. I left. And then I watched it change. Okay, here I think it does go to flat 6. Let me just see. I think yep, it goes. So this time it actually just goes to the flat 6 chord straight up. And there's, I think it's a sus. That's too low. Just we're in C. There's the 9th. Had wings. 9th again. And you feel so alive. 9th again. I watched you change. It's like you never had wings. Now you feel so alive. I love that. I love how he's always on the 9th. Oh, shit. C minor. He really changes there. It goes into his falsetto. And then, okay, so next time it goes into that major section. But now it just goes straight back into the next verse. No more hi-hat offbeats. I took you home. Set you on the glass. I pulled off your wings. Then I left. Who loves that? I think he's going, out. I don't know. Something's going out at the beginning of that. Okay, so then we get the next chorus, but then after repeating that once, the second time it switches to the relative major key. And this is a really interesting example. The way I would think about this is we have 1 and then flat 6 in a minor key. Excuse me. Which is an incredibly beautiful, dramatic chord progression, and I love it so much because you know I love the flat 6 so much. But then it switches to the relative major, which is E flat major. And then it goes from, if in E flat major, this is 1, and then it goes to its 6th chord. So you can really hear the difference between the 1 and the 6th chord in the minor key and the 1 and the 6th chord in the major key. Completely different sound. When it goes to the relative major key, it sounds very shoegazy to me, and it loses a lot of its darkness. Suddenly kind of like, I don't know, it's like it chills out so much. Part's so great though, right? So like it's like you never had wings. So he's singing 7th against that. No wonder. To the 9th. Then you get a vocal harmony above that, a third above it. So when you add a third above a tense note, it's like you're reinforcing its tension. You're like adding more tension to it. You're telling us that this note is very important. And I don't know, it's just so, yeah. This kind of harmony is just like, you don't hear this in Nine Inch Nails songs, except maybe in A Warm Place in the bridge. All these seventh chords and very lush, kind of jazzy, shoegazy stuff. So this song has amazing power. The ending is so great. Listen to all the different fills that Abe gives us at the end. Oh wait, I have to talk about this one thing. So the main melody goes, and you feel so alive. And you feel so alive. But then he has this vocal harmony he does sometimes. It's so cool. He goes, and you feel so alive, approximately. And there's a tritone that he harmonizes on. So he goes, and you feel, there. Feel so alive. I want you to. That. Feel is going feel, and comes down. So pretty. And so on and so on. And I just love like every fill at the very end, the dum dum dum, then there's a fill, dum dum dum, then there's another fill. Everyone is different from the next, and then at the very end he gives us a ga-ga-ga-ga-ga-ga with all the triplets. It's so fun. That's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next track on the album. Don't go changing.